Hello friends, now let us take up the concept number 14, 18.14, two-string method versus get message method comparison. In the exception handling mechanism, we write catch blocks to create exception handlers. In catch blocks, in order to describe the nature of exception or type of exception, we can use either two-string method and get message method. Otherwise, we can use two also. Normally, we use one, either two-string or get message. There is a slight difference between two-string method and get message method. Two-string method also describes what is the nature of errors technically. Normally, it describes what is the exception class and what is the nature of exception in a technical or formal manner. By using get message, we can get the same message in a human readable form, not much technical, in a human readable format, we can get the message. That's why if you want to produce the message so technically or formally, you can use two-string method, and if you want the message in human readable format, you can use get message method, or if you want both also, you can insert in catch block. Actually, regarding these methods, two-string method, as I explained you earlier in the previous chapter, it is one of the instance methods defined in the object class. What is the status of object class? Object class is at the top of hierarchy, at the top or root of the hierarchy. That's why every Java class, it may be standard library class or human defined class, user defined class, it inherits the two-string method, and if they want, they can override the two-string method according to their requirement for the same purpose. Okay. By that, two-string method is used by all the exception classes in order to describe the type of exception in a technical format. That means every exception class overrides that in order to get the benefit out of that. Other one is get message. Actually, if you in the previous concept I explained to you, throwable is the top of the exception family. Under throwable, there are two types of classes. One is exception, other one is error. There are 27 exception classes and 23 error classes that I already explained to you. In throwable class, one string field is there. One string field is there. In the string field, actually, whatever the exception subclass, that exception is described in a human readable format. Human readable format. So, whenever a specific exception is thrown and all that, by using get message in the catch block, the corresponding human readable format of the description of the exception we can print. That is the background behind it. Both are almost same. By using two-string, you can get message so technically, which is the class, what is the nature of the exception, in technical format, it will be presented, and using get message, the same message in a human readable format, it is delivered. That we have to understand, and which one we want to use, we have to decide. Actually, my suggestion is, if the program is dealt by or used by only technical people who are having technical background and all that, you can use two-string method. Or otherwise, if it is used by a common user, a layman users and all that, then what we have to do? you can use get message. Otherwise, you can use both also, depending on the situation. There is no rigid rule for that. Now, in order to demonstrate that, simple programs I am giving, don't much bother about the program, they are known one only, but what message is being printed, you should know. That is the main focus here. Now, here you see that I am creating arithmetic exception demo. Actually, exception should be created. That is why I initialized values like that. A's value is 10, B's value is 5, C's value is 5, D. Because exception should be created, then only we can see the message delivered by toString or get message. So, that is the thing. And in try block, this is the try block, D is equal to A by B minus C, that I put. You know that D's value is now, that is 10 by 5 minus 5, 10 by 0. Obviously, it is integer division by 0. So, obviously, exception is thrown. What type of exception? Already explained to you, arithmetic exception. Then that is thrown from here, and here the corresponding catch block we created. Now, here already I told you that point always you remember. If you specifically know what type of exception is thrown, then you can use such subclass, that is arithmetic exception E you can write. Or if you know there is a possibility of throwing 3 types of exceptions, then 3 catch blocks you can write, like arithmetic exception, number format exception, array index out of bound exception, like that 3 individually you write. You are not very clear, one or more the exception may be thrown, there is a possibility. In such case, use the superclass. Superclass, it represents all 27 subclasses. So, this is the convenient way. Exception, you do not bother about which subclass type exception is thrown and all that. This you can write, nothing wrong. But ultimately, if you write arithmetic exception, if you write exception, the message to be printed are same. Okay. Now, that point you remember. Thereafter, here I am writing E dot toString, E dot get message. Both I have written. These are instance method. That is why we are using instance. Okay, that point you remember. As a result of that, E dot toString, what message we got? Java lang arithmetic exception by 0. And as a result of get message, just no technical information, by division by 0, that is printed. Just you see that certain exceptions you try, because I have certain limitation to teach here. If I start explaining every exception and all that, this chapter itself takes 10 hours. So, that is why, that too, if I give so much spoon feeding to you, then it is poisonous, it is not good at all. So, I show you a way, in that just you learn and you yourself proceed and experiment. In every context, whenever you study one concept, do not limit to the programs or demos whatever I have given. You try few more, then only whatever diffidence is there in your brain and all that, it is broken, it is shattered ultimately. So, that point always you remember, you are not a kid, you want to become a professional. That is why do not addict to too much spoon feeding. Okay. Next, one more example also I am giving in order to crystallize this concept. Now, this is dealing with the class cached exception. When class cached exception is created, already explained to you in the previous chapters. Actually, like primitive data types, classes also can be cached, but it should belong to same family. If they belong to different family and all that, if you make a casting, suppose student class is there, employee class is there, So, you should not try to caste student class as employee class, because there are two different classes. If they are belong to same family, like high school student, college student, like that, they are belong to same family, then casting is allowed. That point you must remember. And now I explain the simple example, and by that basically you focus on the two messages. What is the difference between two string message and get message. Now you see, in this program we have taken object as the reference class. A reference type is object. This can be used for any Java class, because it is top of the every Java class. So that's why it is compatible. Object I will put, new integer 5. You know that integer class is one of the wrapper classes. This is a valid one, 5 we put. Thereafter, what you are doing, string s, I means integer class. Integer class object you are trying to convert as a string. Actually, integer is numerical, string is different type. So, it cannot be cached as string type. It cannot be cached as a string type. Suppose integer is there. Integer, if you want to transform as a double type, then both are numerical types only. And integer means it is 4 bytes, 32 bits. Double means 8 bytes, 64 bits. So, then it is compatible. If you make a casting, that can be done, because they are belong to same family. Same family. But if you want to make it with a different family string, then a class cast exception is thrown. That point you have to understand. Now we see SOP S, that we are writing. Now you see that exception E to string, E get message. You find the difference. This is our focus. Here, because of E to string, Java lang class cast exception, and that is the exception name. Thereafter, Java lang integer cannot be cached to Java lang string. That is the description is given. Of course, it is technical, and you may not find much difference. Just to see that same thing using get message. Java lang integer cannot be cached to Java lang string. Of course, slight difference is there. It is pure technical. It is a slightly human readable format. In this way, we can use either a toString or get message in catch blocks for the purpose of describing the exception object which is thrown or which is caught by the catch block. And in your programs hereafter, use either toString or get message or both, depending on your interest.